the batlet held tight with glee, hunt OPC his battle cry. Stars and moons light up the sky. OPC hunt, OPC, through the cosmos wild and free. Romulans and foes we fight, community our guiding light. Battling communists with cheer, reduces courage, knows no fear. With every clash and mighty roar, victory's prize forevermore. OPC hunt, OPC, through the cosmos wild and free. Romulans and foes we fight, community our guiding light. Battle anchor does soar, reducing its heart and core. Galactic winds, they lead our course, unity our driving force.
Righty. Here we go. Now we're ready to party, right? Welcome in, Raiders. It's Rev. Currently on server 710. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Welcome in. Good to see you. Dale, go Niners. Yeah. My Saints lost today. It was a good playoff caliber loss. It was tough, but it happens. American Football Day. We can always celebrate another day, right? But we got now to start your Fleet Command together. Catch up on everything on the weekend, which if you haven't already, I'm sure we're going to discuss the Gwen Demarco leaderboard and anything else. Yeah, literally anything else. Well, I guess we should talk about Gwen Demarco. I say that because it's been a very contentious topic. I'm not sure if you're aware it's been contentious, but the leaderboard thing is definitely a talking point, put it that way. So we'll go through that. We've got this shared out on iTunes and Google Play and Spot Hearts and radios and YouTubes. Good to see you, Bubba Franks. I'm the first one to hit the thumbs up. Well, were you? Thank you for doing so. And Hole, good to see you. Paul, Scott, Dale, 2Q. And I have actually got a semi-chance. I've been debating. How far do I try to push and go after this leaderboard with the XSLB? Now, this is the 710 account. This is the baby account. But this is the one that I'm actually debating on. Do I go after it, if you will? And I'm curious if anybody else is kind of having the same predicament with themselves, or are you content to just kind of roll with it and ignore it, or maybe just do the SMS? What is your strategy? President Falcon, good to see you. Evening, my friend. Hope you are doing well. And I don't have any Armada chest ball. I'm so used to the other account. So yeah, this is server 710. If y'all are looking to join, we do have 2 spots in the alliance. So feel free to swap on over, come play with us. But yeah, check my dailies and get in the chat. Good morning, Bandit. Good morning. Are you over in New Zealand / Australia? About the only place I can think of that it's morning, currently. But hey, I think it's neat either way that you're here. So shout out to you for being here. Ooh, that was kind of a big one. Let's see how we do. Leaderboard, saving the resource while camp hard at 56. Makes sense. Now, for you, do you think that Tolra or Demarco are good officers? I'd be very curious to know your opinion, 2Q. And Dale says that they are first in the Tolra SLB, fourth in the Demarco. On my main account, I'm very, very envious of you who have the materials to go after it, because I just simply don't. And it's kind of a bummer for me, but I do not have the materials to make a decent push. And we can take a look at that account in a bit. Obviously, I got to do my anomalous phenomenon on there and everything, but I do not have the goodies. I can't make the push. So I'm jealous for those that can, because if you do get decent placings on both of these, you're going to be, in my opinion, in a really good spot with 2 good officers. So let's see. Falcons is 3 hours of sleep all morning. It's your fault. Get me to get Steam installed, and that made Civ 6 work. What can I say, Falcon? I am happy that I made your life better, and there's no other way to describe what I've done than just that. I have made your life better. Me, nobody else. RevDeuce, you're welcome. All right, somehow I'm number 1 in the Dejash SLB on 72. Made the first 2 levels of the SMS, but running short of some resources. Tommy, what level are you? Congrats. I hope you managed to maintain. We are, what, 16-ish hours from this LB wrapping up. Brian, good to see you. Went from 49 to 50 and also built a Tribune and brought it to tier 7, currently ranked 6th and 8th. Nice. Are you going to have any wiggle room to get any like last second scoring in, or is that kind of it? Like this was your shot and you'll end up where you end up. I always love waiting till those last few hours to see how much I can move up. I can't do much on this account really. If I do manage to score in the top 25, that'd be a pretty nice win, but 700,000 for me to get in the top 10, I'd have to over double my current points. I just don't have the uncommon laying around for that quite yet, but we'll see how it goes in the next couple of months. What was up 43? Oh, very nice, Thomas. Yeah, you're in a good spot to get those. I'm again a little envious of where some of y'all are position wise. Decide not to worry about competition at these events. It costs too much to get there. Hey, yeah, David, it's either something that you save for and you've prepped for and you're ready, or you just say, hey, I'm not going to fool with this, and you just go with something else, right? Not that there's a wrong answer in any of those scenarios. Just you either have it or you don't, or you're one of the very, very few who are willing to spend for it, which obviously isn't most of us who attend this stream. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with that, just not how most of us choose to play our game. Steven says they're aiming for top 4 SLB and XSLB at the very least. What level are you and how much do you anticipate scoring? JC says they have 136 daily tokens saved, level 51. You gotta cash them now, way to 53. So I want to remind you, JC, you are limited in pulling 7-day tokens. So there is a cooldown chest, lasts a week. Now you can do 2, 1, 2. So the most you can do in a cycle is 5, right? I actually don't recommend people save these chests. Don't save the loyalty badges. You can save what I call photon tokens, but I actually am constantly dumping these because there is a cooldown. So with you having 136 daily tokens, it's going to take you a while to work down 5 at a time to get through that. That said, that's your method. I would actually say do that 2-1-2 method now to get your 5 and start pulling them, because they do have a cooldown on the 7-day chest if you weren't aware. So hope I'm not like being the bearer of bad news with that one. Raj, good to see you. Honestly, just doing my normal progression, and somehow you're number 1 in the SLB and 8th in the XSLB. It's still very nice. Like, that's a good job. I am curious, like, how much is the XSLB, for you to be an 8th? But I'm curious what the other team is scoring. But those are numbers. Those are indeed numbers. Is this one worth pushing for? Been camping for a bit. I would say that these are 2 very good officers. You have a very good PvP officer who also is good in terms of chimeras. Then you have a very, very good Armada officer. If you have the materials, this is a good weekend to go after them. Again, if you've got it sitting there, this is what I would call a good weekend. I think a lot in chat would probably agree with me. So, yeah, if you've got it laying around, these are 2 good officers. Now, you do have to also ask the question, how much would you use them? Like, for example, the VIPs in particular really love Gwen Demarco, mostly because she is a below-deck PvP officer. They're quite good. Most people in this game don't worry about that. Now, she is also good as an officer. In fact, if I had all 3, I would do Tolra as captain, Tori, and then Gwen Demarco as like a chimera run. But that's a very unique set. Whereas probably every free-to-play is going to want a better loot/Armada officer, but both officers are very good in their own right. Depending on what you want and what you already have, definitely a weekend that I would go after. Mixed Music says, thanks for the chest tip. I didn't know about the cooldown. You're welcome. So the 7-day chest has that one, but the 30 one doesn't. So like if you saved up 2 years worth of 30-day chests, you could just pull them all at one level. But the 7-day chest has that cooldown. It can be a little bit annoying. You can get in that extra one by doing the 2-1-2 method. All right, so we just finished this. Nice. Working on our Q trials with Akira here. I'm gonna go ahead and recall that. And then since I believe that I'll finish the last daily I needed, yep, we're gonna swap on over server 20. Yay, multiple accounts. Which we did a video on that, by the way. Anybody want to run multiple accounts on their PC? Just did a video discussing how to do that. You only have 2.5 million points. Top has 9 million. Really, Raj? So like your group is just saying, screw it, we're not going after it. I'm surprised that the scores are so low, Raj. I know that you're not high level, but I expected them to be higher for that set of officers. It's always interesting for me to learn and get a perspective of where everybody else is at. I expected more. You finally managed to link to Spice Club. Congrats, Samu. A fantastic player tool to help you know a whole lot of what you need to know in this game. That's awesome. And we have the guy who runs that and one of the helpers in my Discord. If y'all ever need assistance with Spox Club, you can talk to Glare or NetNiv, who are both in my Discord. Two awesome individuals who do so much behind the scenes for Star Trek Fleet Command players. Really, really good work. All right. Steven says, aiming for top 4, so you're 56 and about 55 to 60 million score. I can see that. That's not honestly that bad of a score, because that's obviously we have a higher score here than that. So you clearly see I've not touched it. But if I go to the XSLB right here, 92. So if you can pull that off with 50 to 60, that'd be pretty good, because that would put you barely in the top 5 here. You see a lot of our server 20 folks are all going after it. And I clearly am not, but there you go. You save 536 daily tokens, you're Ops 12. Why? That's a long time for an account to be Ops 12. That's a long time, Bandit. It's a very, very long time. I think people spent a lot last week not knowing Gwen was going to be in, correct? Now those people are in the higher bracket, that's my guess. Or they're just simply out of materials. Like, that's my thing. I went after Tolra last week, and I do not have enough to do this one. So I'm just not even attempting at all. Like, I could probably do the first maybe 2 milestones of the SMS. That's not going to really help in terms of scoring. I'm just ignoring completely. And Rick, good to see you in England. Hope you're getting some rest for tomorrow's workday. Top player for 7-9 at 33 million power. Is that a good spot to be? Well, since that account hasn't ascended yet, it would be. I mean, that would be ready to go 40 plus, just going off power levels without actually seeing the account. But since that server has not ascended, you can't really get too much higher. You could technically get around 40 million if you just wanted to, as you want to up and up and up it. And so I can do my claims chest, get all these things in, get our tickets, get our buildings. So looking forward to getting the claim all on server 710, by the way. Spent all my maps previous 2 weeks, so missing out this weekend. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Joseph. Now, good news for me is I did end up getting Tolra. Bad news, I don't get to piggyback Demarco with that, but I did get the officer I wanted, so I'm not going to gripe too much. Obviously, had I had, foreknowledge, I would have saved. But who wouldn't? Who wouldn't have? A nice Slag. How you doing, man? Good to see you. First in Tolra, 33.2 million. Fourth in the XSLB. With first up at 51. Nice, Dale. So, are you going to push any further, or are you going to stay for like top 3? Thanks for the answer. You're awesome. Well, I'm happy to hear it, Eric. I'm glad I'm able to help you out. And if there's anything I can do, just let me know. That's what I'm here for. Answer questions, entertain, and inform. That's the 2 goals. Jason says, need to get back into the game. Haven't played much with a recent divorce and custody fights. Well, this would be great distraction. I believe in distraction therapy. Sometimes you just got to escape from the real world that's kicking you while you're down. And this game, and particularly this community, can be a great way to do that. It's good to see you, Jason. And hopefully today we can help you smile a little bit. It would be Star Trek or otherwise. Stefan, good to see you. Thank you for the well wishes of the family. Me and my son are still having this bad cough, trying to get over it and everything. It's lasted a week now. I have like fluid in my ear, but hopefully that starts clearing up here in the next week or so. Hopefully. At least you're able to get Dejash to tier 2. That's better than me. I've got her at tier 1. So that's awesome, Joseph. And again, you're probably going to be benefiting more than others with like the chimeras, right? So ended up being a good thing, just maybe not the best possible thing, right? There's two differences. You can have a good thing, it still not be the best thing, but it still be a good thing. I think you got a good thing. All right, let's do this. And we're gonna finish up these little events. I think I'm actually done again, but let me go double check. Hit that, we'll check our missions. And I try to get Anomalous Phenomenon done so we can do our miner pools. And hey, I had actually not finished it. And I've got to go mining. So things to do. What's today's mining ticket? Hey, Jamie, how you doing? Yeah, Saints lost. It happens. Well, at least it was a competitive game, right? That's what's important for me as a fan. Was my team competitive? More than anything else, I want my team competitive. They were competitive. So if you're going to lose, make it a good loss. Not like the Dallas Cowboys were doing before I went live. They were getting absolutely annihilated by the myth, the man, the legend, the MVP, Lamar Jackson. It's 21-6 right now. The Panthers are winning 24-7. 49ers 20-7. Cardinals are losing 20-10 to the Lions, and the Dolphins are losing to the Seahawks 17-3. There are your sports scores for the day. I know many of you were waiting on that. All right, let's go ahead and get to mine them. You'll push the SLB, XSLB, no chance. So, like, when you see those, Dale, as a player, how do you personally approach it? Like, do you want to get top 10 in one and, like, top 3 in the other? You just try to go balls to the wall? How do you approach those? Samus has managed to get a full pull of Stranger World Hammer today. First full pull since he started playing, and that's a good officer to full pull. That's a really good one. Good to see you, Tony. That's a good officer to full pull. So, you could be like me, and my last full pull officer was a rare, and I think it was Chang, which is fine. I just like don't really need that, but yeah, I would have loved to have gotten Stranger World Hammer. We go ahead and collect. Here we go. So Bob's hoping to get top 25 at level 49. That's a good goal. A little bit low for me to collect shards, but I don't have a real chance, or else I would. But for me to get top 25, I've still got to do 25 million points. I mean, I've still got to complete my SMS, and that's just not worth it because I'm still probably not going up in the top 25, at least on this account. Chang is great to max and level and use the away team. Sure, but meh. Honestly, there's a good 15 or 20 that have better attack stats anyways. I mean, nice to have, sure. I'm just not going to get excited about it. I would much rather have, I can name 4 dozen officers I'd rather have before Chang. But it's whatever. I mean, a full pull is a full pull. Full pull is a full pull. We're trying to get 3 of the 4 milestones to get the officers. It's hard, 51 plus. Yeah, it absolutely is. You know, it's why I'm so big on the efficiency researches so that you can focus on things like maxing out ISS jellies and turning them into 4-star farms. You know, those type of techniques. That's why I'll harp on them so much, because you can then have what you need. And that's not good. Stupid graphic errors. All right, we'll have to reboot the game. Yeah, that's just not what you need to be successful. You don't. That's what you need to be successful. Takes a lot of planning to keep up in this game. Number 1 in the XSLB on server 709 is Emperor's Fury. Very cool. Very cool. Bummer about today's game? No bummer. Only a bummer if you get, like, demolished. Only a bummer if you get demolished. So, I don't get bummed out by games. I worked in that field too long. It's up and down. Right? It's up and down. At 38, at level 42, what can I expect at 43? Should I level up? You should level up if you're ready to level up. Short answer. Never level up because of content. Level up because you've completed your goals. And I will continue to repeat that till the end of this game. Level up because it's your goal and you've reached your goals. Don't say, oh, should I level up because X. You should level up because you feel you're ready to go. You can do the grinds. You can do all the hostile loops like silence, etc. Don't let the game force you into leveling up. Do it when you're ready. And yeah, you can only really know that when you've set goals. And if you've achieved all the goals you set, go ahead. Well, if leveling up is your goal, then you're going to be crap and really weak without spending a lot of money. If your goal is to level up just for the sake of opting up, you're going to be a pretty weak player. And if that's what you enjoy, that's fine. But 99% of people don't want that or more. How big was your pylon when you moved to 50? It was 80-ish million. 80-ish. So 80-ish million. And let's see. Do this one and get that pull in. Anyone had the battle pass, didn't have enough points. Done every day and 5,000 short. Sounds like you missed one milestone, Jazzy. But no, there's no widespread reports of like an error with that. I have had people say that they've had that issue that you were repeating, but I've yet to find like a widespread thing. And there's no like en masse reports to Scopely about that being a problem. You saw the Ice and Jelly farm video last week. Started getting VPs to my second. First still only tier 2, just getting ready for when I get all the efficiencies in place. That makes sense. That makes absolute sense. And if you can prepare for the future in those ways, take advantage. I mean, that's how I was able to do my Demarco last weekend, was because of the ISS Jelly. And good to see you, Viper. I hope you've enjoyed going to Greece multiple times. Must be nice to just be able to go to Greece. Put in a support request? Absolutely. Generally, you're going to get a bad answer, but every now and then, we get surprised. So if nothing else, put in a support ticket, just as Ray suggests. Certainly solid advice. Certainly solid advice. Bob says top 49 on server 70. Still working on a few things before going up. That's awesome. Again, like I set goals, like I wanted to be, 130, 140 million power before I went up to the upper, the mid 50s, which is kind of 53 is kind of mid if you do 53 to 56. But it's all about what you've set for yourself as a goal. You can't just drop money on this game. Scopa doesn't accept food stamps. I mean, you're right, Bad Wolf, they don't. But you could sell those food stamps for money. You just don't want it enough. That's all I'll say. You just don't want it enough. You could sell food stamps for money if you wanted packs that badly. Shame on you. Shame on you. I forgot to hit this hostile. I should probably go do that. All right, let's head back. Y'all don't let me recall this time. 126 min power on my time with tier 11. I mean, you can take pylon that high. Don't really need to, but if that's what you enjoy, go for it. Go for it. If you wanted to commit a felony, hey, nobody cares, right? Felony schmelony. Also, there's a level 29 just sitting here with a board crew. And this is like a wild Bigfoot unicorn sighting. But okay. Alrighty. Is it possible to skip the 46 and 50 ships? Do not do that, Salmon. You will never catch any advice. That would be horrible life choices. Do not skip the 46. And I don't recommend skipping the 50. So I'm not even going to answer your question as a possibility. Do not do that. That would be a horrible game decision. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was 49 with 130 mil power pylon, tier 8 with 83 million. I don't know if it's time to move up. Kind of a big jump from 45 to 49. Well, again, Bruno, you would kind of know. Power-wise, you could. I can tell you based on power and the crews I'm pretty sure you have, you probably could do it fine. But at the same time, waiting a little bit. Like for me, another thing that I set as a milestone was getting the blueprints for the Nova and the 53s. That way, when I moved up, I was ready to get it all then. That would be a goal I would suggest for you. Work from there. You can still easily at level like 49, 50, get to 150 mil power if you just wanted to. But being the 46 and skip the 50, is that an option? It can, but I would not recommend it. Your gameplay will be worse off if you skip ships. Got your Enterprise A to tier 8 for the SLB, but haven't taken it for a spin. I'm jealous. I've got the Tribune, but I still don't have an Enterprise A. It's on the list of things I want, but I don't have it yet. So, if you level up and can't do hostiles, yeah, that would be the main reason to know when you're ready. Like, silence are a great barometer. I talk about being able to handle silent hostiles, before you move up. That was one of the things that I did. I made sure that I could handle the silent hostiles before I moved up. My Tribune was able to easily handle the 51s and 53s before I was even in G5. Now, I wasn't doing as many as I was doing the 46s and 49s, obviously. But there was no like drop off. There was no failure. There was no oopsies. I got it easy. You can pull the Nova in 153 because I want the Enterprise A and the Tribune. Getting things because they're fun and you like them is always going to be good advice from me. So if that's your plan, full support from Rev. Full support. Enjoy what you enjoy. How tough is my Cerritos? I mean, it's got orange hull plating, so pretty tough. Pretty tough. What ops levels epic 4-star ships start appearing in the away team store? I think it's 48 and then 60% of the rep. 48 and 60% of the rep. And here we go. Oh, that one spawned right there. That's handy. That's handy. That gets that done, and now I can recall. There we go. I still got to finish leveling up this Tribune. You're welcome, Laromi. Because I've got mine right now, so why don't we use this as an opportunity to show everybody the cost in the away team store. But here is mine. Away teams, I've got 500,000 saves. Let's go after the Enterprise A. Let's do a triple pull, 22.25K for 3. So there you go. But yeah, these stars show up, I think, at 48 for me. Yeah. Officer sourcing seems to be the toughest thing in the game. Officer sourcing and ship sourcing. Officer sourcing being number 1. Then you get into like rare part sourcing, which is right there as well. Claim all the gift boxes. Nice. You scrap the Hegtop for parts, but I missed that fun ship, so saving to build another. That's what a lot of people end up doing with like their first Saladin they scrap and stuff. They always go back to that well. They want that ship they have great memories with. And it was honestly very effective. Nothing wrong with that as a strategy either. Saving faction credits. I'm not really saving. I'm just getting enough to where I can get it all at once. And then I'll do it. Unless we have another Twitch stream where people make me waste Latinum, which is very possible. But come on. I'm so close to finally getting him to another tier. One of the slowest drips in the game. And reminder, if y'all haven't already, go do your mission keys for your alliance. Go turn in, grab your mission keys for your alliance if you haven't already. Here is your daily reminder. Go grab your mission keys. Silence and being able to get a double pull on mirror is my guideline for leveling. Well, see, even the mirror one I wouldn't have as a personal guideline, Stefan, because that's simple as having the NXO or the NSEA protector or not. If you have the NSEA protector, you're good forever. Like, no more problems, no more grind. Everything's nice. Rainbows, sunshines, cuddly little animals hopping through the forest with their little bunny ears. Like, life is perfect. Right? Like, that's just... I don't know if that's a barometer, like a good measuring stick for me, because if you get the ship, that loop now doesn't exist, essentially. You still got to mine it and hit the hostiles once every 2 weeks, but then the loop just kind of evaporates. It's the NSEA cheat code, exactly. Yeah, it's just what it is. Was this guy just sitting on stuff? Sometimes you can catch people who spawned out for mining, and then you can hit them for good OPC hits. What's a Titan A doing here? All right, nobody there. But if you're ever looking for an OPC thing, check the mirror systems for when miners went out to spawn or to mine. Then they'll just time out and they'll come back here. Look for the NSEAs. See if you can find one that's OPC that'll spawn on the edges of the map. Just a little OPC hunting tip for those looking for more OPC. Sometimes you can find one, sometimes you can't. But take what you can get. And I'll check here. Chip basically negates the entire arc for MU. I agreed. And that's why I harped on this as being something I didn't like as a style. But anyway, short answer. Get the NSEA protector mirror loop. No longer a problem. No longer a problem. These games and these bugs. Go through the rift, please. Thank you. For those curious, I'm going to go do a little bit of mining of Trellium D in Mirror Uridia. That's where I'm currently heading. So I can do some mining. And then we'll go through our refineries today. If you don't have that yet, we got to get it for you, Stefan. The Galactic Invasion has actually been pretty good sourcing. We don't give Scopely a ton of credit for a lot of things, but NSEA sourcing has been getting praise from me, getting praise from players, getting praise from other content creators like Lube and DJ, etc. Absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. All right, here we go. Head on out. I'm not against OPC hunting, but I don't know for nothing I need to OPC hunt for. It's okay, Raj. You can just say you're a bad player. That's cool. You can just say, hey, my name's Raj, and I eat rocks, and I'm a bad player. You can say it. We won't judge you. It's okay, Raj. We love you. It's okay. You don't, it was good sourcing. Thank you, David. I appreciate the backup. Appreciate that. Also, Bandit just sent me him with his 536 insane daily tokens. What a thing. It would take like 2 years just to sort through all those. That's wild. It's a shame that the only ship that is good sourcing for this year is the non-Star Trek one. And still they promote the GQ theme. Well, it is what it is. What you gonna do, you know? What you gonna do? Deneva. We gotta go to Mirror Deneva. We gotta go straight north. We'll get this mining on. Means you're such a great player. You have tons of stock for daily pools. Doesn't sound like a great player to me. Sounds like somebody who eats rocks. And everybody in the chat can agree. 200 people here right now, late on a Sunday. Everybody in chat can agree. Eating rocks is a bad idea, right? Everybody can agree. Eating rocks is a bad idea. If your Enterprise A and Northcutt have the same power, which one is cheaper to operate? Depends on how you define cheaper. The Enterprise A will take less titanium and dilithium. However, will take about 4 times more speed ups. Whereas the Northcutt will take way less speed ups, but cost significantly more in titanium to repair. Now, again, kind of up to you. I mean, I've got both of these right here. So like just for example, here's my Tribune, here's my Corvus. Corvus is more expensive to upgrade in terms of resources, but less time, over time. Typically not healthy. Picking rocks, on the other hand, is an awesome thing to tell your opponents to do instead of messing with you. Agreed. Bad Wolf also agrees. It's bad to eat rocks, as does Antoine Hayek. Bad to eat rocks. Now we've learned, don't eat rocks. My 30-day loyalty chest still has Devore and Carol Marcus. Do you want to keep saving or should I start redeeming? They don't change, Ethan. Like you're going to have that for I've got that in the G5 accounts. So that is sadly just how the cookie crumbles. On a positive, have the BPs for both Sompeg and Sanctus. Wow, that actually is pretty exciting, Stefan. I mean, it honestly is. That's very exciting. I'll make your ships eat rock soon. Right. Yeah, my Vorchild will walk the floor with you. Oh, come for the Klingons. Come for us. All right. If you're in the 50s and have a Northcutt, then Tritch shouldn't be an issue. However, speed ups are more valuable for building. Yes. I don't think either of them are a problem right now in terms of repair costs. I really don't. I don't think either of them are annoying in terms of repair costs. It's just more of, ooh, somebody's mining. More of, are you getting all the other things you need? He's definitely OPC, but I can't hit him. What are we spending lat on? Depends on the account. My low-level account is spending Latinum on standard recruit tokens and speed ups. This account is spending it most on commons, like G5 commons, common ship parts. So it depends on which account that I'm on. Latinum gets used in different ways. In the 40s, I honestly was just accumulating Latinum. I didn't really need that much. I was earning plenty of everything, resource and material wise. But again, that's depends on where you're at. Let's do this pull. And then we'll refresh that when we do our upgrade. If I decide to do the upgrade. And let's go ahead and get these pulls in. When did a ceiling rod get so expensive? It's always been $100 US. Price hasn't changed. I'm not sure where you're at, Sethan. But the conversion rates are set by Google, Exela, Apple, etc. A 2 million faction credits ready for when I decide to push 56. Wow, that's quite the little hoarding you got there. That's quite a little bit. And another Way Teams particle. Got my first prime from the NSEA the other day. That was cool. Yeah, 2 million. You've been saving up a while? I'm assuming you're doing your messages every day, doing all the goodies every day. To have that stored up, it's a pretty nice little nest egg. I mean, I'm able to earn quite a bit now as they've added more and more ways to get faction credits. But 2 million is still a lot. You're out of Latin. I'm level 39. I maxed out my Enterprise Augur. Well, number one, congrats on Enterprise Augur max out. As far as Latinum goes, make sure you're doing the away team mission. Make sure you're doing your Ephesia and Devore mining. And the biggest one is the away team. Like, honestly, that's so important. Make sure you're maxing out those traits to do that rainbow away team mission to get all the Latinum that you can get. Or you can catch up. Messages and ATAs. I tell people, I mean, I get, well, bugs, but on a serious non-bug note, I easily get 7,000 or 8,000 faction credits a day. Most of that's away teams. But I go ahead and click this. Y'all didn't tell me I forgot to click it. But if you come over to like my away teams on this account, I just want to harp on these so much. Here's a form trade agreement. This is the Latinum one, which I don't have 100%ed yet, but criticaled 22,000 Latinum. Ching! Little things like that, man. That's another lead expedition. I was hoping one of the rainbow, another critical. Bam! 3,500 Federation credits. Cha-ching! You know, again, here's the Imperial Showdown. I think Sharvanik is actually on an away team right now. No, she's available. So we're going to, I think this one I've got at 95%. Yeah, 95%. I'm going to put in my officers. Let's put in Bones. 3,300. Ching! I mean, this is why I've been pushing people. If you're in the 30s and 40s especially, got to focus on away team missions, doing those traits, getting all these goodies. Because there are goodies. They're just waiting for you. The goodies are waiting. You just got to go get them. Got to go get them. Don't have a Perceptor set up. Let's do a Specialist. Nobody. Okay. Attack. Here we go. And you. Away teams, away teams, away teams. Got to use your traits, specifically like Sharvanik. So for example, quick refresher. Every rainbow away team has got a dominant officer. Most of those dominant officers cover 3 traits. Sharvanik has leader, tactical, and warrior. And then you just simply get a rare with manipulative. Bam. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The Federation version is Carol Marcus. The Klingon version is Gorkon. Then you also have this one. Great for pulling blueprints, pulling rep, whatever. I've actually done a couple of these, but impulsive, you could have this be Kirk, multiple Kirks. You got Nero's the main for minor and intimidating. Then you got Pan for survivor. You could also do Avix. I mean, multiple officers you can run there. Just so many people don't put enough effort into this. I'm just sitting here like, you're leaving so much on the floor right now. So much on the floor. Is next arc going to be an event store arc? Would make sense that December is an event store. I can't answer that yes or no. I can tell you it's part 2 of Symbiosis, but I can't tell you if that's going to be an event store. You have to wait and see for yourself. Then Forever for a War Room, have they just forgot about running it? They've been working on pairing it with incursions. So they've been waiting for incursions to return. That's where War Room has been. Waiting for the return of incursions. If you never seen the source trade XP, then you're not doing Bajoran Dominion solos. Not only do you get trade XP from doing an away team mission every single day, you should be pulling every day away team trade XP from your Bajoran faction. It's the uncommon Armada turn in. Now, if you're too low level, you're not doing that yet, that's fine. But if you didn't know, this is another reason to be pulling every single day right here. And my goal is to minimum double pull it every day so I can get 81 or 8,200 trade XP a day. Why I'm so big on Solar Armadas. These things add up. The ship parts, the trade XP, the Ultra tokens. As soon as you're in the 40s, it's got to be one of your main loops you're doing every single, and if you're not doing it every day, enough to where you can pull it every single day. Minimum of looking for the double pull. I think that most players, if you're not rushing, you've got the ships to be able to punch up and do the double pulls minimum. I can afford to do triple pulls. I'm just lazy and don't run enough Armadas. But I could do it if I wanted to do it. But I'd do a minimum of double pull. That's how you get the stuff. Ethan being Ops 31, you've got to rely on your daily pull from doing away teams, which means that you need to be picky about what you spend your away team currency on. Which is why I encourage people to focus on the rainbow missions and getting the rainbow missions to 70%, and then getting those done, and then going and doubling back on them. But this is why we make the videos, to get as much of those little bits, that extra bit of, you know, that lanyap, a little bit extra that turns you from a good player to a great player in this game. Just need that little extra bit. So, yeah. Good stuff. Also, Carolina Panthers just wrecking the Las Vegas Raiders right now. What a football game. I'm missing it. What are rainbow missions? So, fair to ask. So, rainbow missions are missions with rainbows. So, they literally have rainbows on them. See these? You'll have 3 up at any given time. Right? 1, 2, 3. The rainbow missions have a smaller cycle. So, you'll notice that all these epics and rares, they're all part of like one loot table that can drop. The rainbow missions are unique. There's only 5 rainbow missions. You've got faction missions, Latinum mission, and then this lead expedition away team, not XP, away team credit mission. So if you focus on the rainbows, you're getting your primary away team stuff, your faction credits, your Latinum, and then you can start branching out on doing some of the other ones, like First Contact and Arbiter of Succession, right? The rainbow missions are your focus point because you're going to get those early in the game. They're part of the research tree. If you go into your away team research tree, it unlocks very early on to start getting those rainbow missions. And then as you get more and more, the special assignments, all right? Not that, no, this one, right? No. What is it called? What is it called? I don't remember what the rainbows are even called. First one is a research for the rainbows, but I don't remember. But I know that I've got rainbows on my level 20 account, so you've got them. But anyway, that's the focus point, is the Federation, Klingon, and Romulan mission, the Latinum mission, and then the away team credits mission, so you can speed up your ship sourcing. LeVar Burton read to us in the rainbow missions. I wish, Artelac. Playing to watch Undiscovered Country right now? Yeah, good movie. Good movie. Good movie. You think we should have VPs before the event store? VPs for what, Rob? For what? Rainbows are earlier than that? I know they are, Matthew. I just don't remember exactly what started the rainbows, but I had them at a low level, so I know everybody here has them. I just wish I remembered where the start point for those was. It's eluding me right now. But you are absolutely right. They exist early on. All right. Those are rainbow missions, Siska. Apologies for not being more articulate in how I presented that, but there you go. Those are the rainbows. All right, check all of my faction stores. Make sure I've done these. I still need to go do more summonings for that. Let's go steal Neelix real quick. Go grab Neelix. Hey, buddy, we need to borrow you. We'll move over here. Low deck ability. Where's Neelix? Right here. Bam. And then we'll go get our Voyager out and do some summoning with Voyager, because I need more messages. Thank you, Falcon, for dropping the link. From around Ops 15. That sounds right, Matthew. I'm kicking myself for forgetting something. I know it's ridiculous to expect anybody to remember everything in this game, but I still try to help educate as much as I can. It's Faction Council that grants the Faction Rainbow. Thank you, Shane. Thank you. Appreciate it. Did I just send the wrong ship? I did. I sent the wrong ship. It doesn't matter, but I sent the wrong ship. That's okay. I have plenty of those tokens saved up. But I'm going over here to get more faction messages so I get more faction credits through the faction stores. Say that 4 times fast. Noob. Hey, I'm allowed to have noob moments. You're allowed to have noob moments. All right? You're allowed to be a noob sometimes. You are allowed to be a noob. Here we go. En route. So with 4.8 million Dominion solo credits, I only do single pulls. Playing my game, I don't like scopeless punishment and multiple pulls. Sure, Mark. Here's my response, man. Nothing wrong with disliking Scopely, but don't hurt your gameplay because of it. You got 5 million Dominion pulls. You ever just thought about sitting down and mathing out how much you're missing over just the course of a month because you're saving that? Right? I completely get it, and I agree with you. It's crazy that they make you pay a tax to do more pulls. I agree. But you ever just tried to math out how much you're missing out on because you're not doing those pulls? Saying, man, completely get where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, don't hurt your account, because all that's going to do is get Scopely to twist your arm and try to tempt you into spending to make up for what you're missing. So, should I take the Jelly, Talios, Enterprise E, or Gladius as third ship in a Jem'Hadar solo? Great question. Defiant. I don't know what your first two choices are, but yeah. What are your first two choices? Skip the Kelvin at 42 and get Newton with the tier 9, 12 mil Enterprise. Don't skip Kelvin. Rob, you're not going to find me giving any advice to skip ships. Get at least one at each faction set. That's my recommend. Biggest gain from Dom pulls is the material chest. Yeah, and you need to get the credits to do that. Defiant and Kelvin is 1 and 2. So out of those, my third would be the Enterprise, Samu. I'd do Kelvin, Enterprise, Defiant. That's just... Enterprise has got too good of an ability, right? That shield ability comes in handy. And you're probably not putting out a crazy amount of damage with the Talios yet. So... Monavine can be very strong in the low 40s, but again, I don't know where that's at either for you. Smack that for some broken battleship parts while I wait for my timer here. All right, let's go summoning again. I was curious again why I'm doing this, because I know not everybody pays attention. The idea is twofold. Number one, I'm hoping to hit cubes and get this box. This box has commerce insignia in it, which is directly correlating to more parts for my ships. The second thing is, every time you defeat a cube, whether it drops a box or not, you're getting faction messages, which is what you need. Hit the items menu. I think it's under materials. Let's be under other. So you're getting these every time. And with those, you get more faction credits every day. You want to get these messages. So that is something that I want to do at least a couple times a month. Go through and burn a lot of these summons on these cubes so I can pull those faction credits every single day and get more commerce insignia, which is more battleship parts. So again, just little things you can do to give you more things. See, look, that's 1,300 faction credits I just got. And I mean, this is now taking away the need for hunting scouts. I don't need to hunt scouts. I just come in here and do this once or twice a month to get enough to run, right? Little tips are the difference. Little tips. Danielle says, hitting level 34 in 2 weeks. Will have shards for both Augur and Voyager. Have level or tier 7 Gladius, so I am PvP. Or sorry, solid on PvP. Shall I build Voyager or Augur first? Out of those two, Voyager, just so you can get started on the loop, but I would be immediately building the Augur right after. I mean, there's not a wrong answer. It's kind of a preference thing. But Voyager, just so I can start on the loop day one. Then Augur. Eric says, I have 3 maxed Enterprises, 2 maxed Augurs, big D4, Voyager tier 3. You're ready for Ascension. Yeah, Eric, you're ready. You're ready. One thing you're missing is an ISS Jelly, but because, well, the ISS Jelly farm is not going to be available for you for a while. How are you missing that? There's a Cerritos ability scale with this tier. This is only research, but there's still a few bugs in this game. Samu, how the Cerritos abilities work is the researches are essentially an on-off switch. You do the research. If the Cerritos ability has been applied to your ships, then that research turns on. If you don't have it applied or the timer runs out, they simply turn off. So all the researches except for the shield recycling work. And all that's going to determine in terms of like the size of your Cerritos is how long the buff itself lasts. But it does not improve the buffs. Like it doesn't go from 100% damage to now it's 1,000 because you maxed it out. So the only thing that's going to adjust is the actual time on the buff. In theory, you can stay at level 1. In theory, you could. Again, the drawback was going to be how long is my bonus lasting. Like look at my Cerritos, which I've not finished leveling up. 225 seconds. What's yours say at level 1? I don't remember. What's yours say at level 1? Right? But I get 225 seconds. That's almost 2 full minutes. That's more. I'm sorry. Almost 4 full minutes of Cerritos boosting. Now, it doesn't make the abilities themselves better, but in particular, where you would find that useful are going to be the situations where you're doing things like solo armadas, right? A lot of us like to do solo armadas as quickly as possible and as much as possible in one go. Well, having a 4-minute Cerritos boost lets you get several of those in without having to respawn. And as you do more, it actually ends up to where if you've got a long enough boost, you've leveled it up, you can have all 3 ships Cerritos boosted, thus improving even further your ability to survive and destroy. Do you do want to level it up? Would I like blow through all my Latinum to do it or something like that? No, of course not. But absolutely worth going after, worth doing, worth leveling up. Just leave it overnight in like an augment system and let it grind that way to get its levels in. But absolutely worth leveling up just so you can have the longer bonus. Just know that it doesn't improve the research abilities. All right, let's see how many of these commerce insignias I've gotten. Hopefully a lot. I don't know. Did I get a chest on this last one? Got one there. And I don't think that one gave a chest. Let's go check our Voyager refinery. And see, there's my ship parts. I need battleship. And only got uncommon, but still, 4 is more. For the sake of it, let's pull these as well. Just go ahead and grab these. See if I get any rares. I got rares to the ship I didn't need rares to. Thank you, Scopely. You are incredibly reliable. What would I do without you? I need to go do Mantis pull. Need to go do my Mantis, so I'll go to Xborg. I know I need to do Mantis and Vidar. Well, Borg. Mantis. Right there in front of my face. There we go. Have to wait to do the others another day. Go back to refinery though and get that pull for Syndicate. And I also got to level up that little annoying little ship, that Mantis. Big old guns. It don't do big old damage though. Kind of a letdown with how big the guns are on that ship. You would think they would do more, but they do not. They in fact do not. All right. All that's good. Now I got to go do my pulls in Xborg if I can. Gotta wait 35 minutes. 35 minutes. Never mind. All right, back to chat. He says my 1-star Q trial is a 4.2 million veteran Klingon patrol. Best ship is 2 million Saladin. How's a person punch up that much? Well, run Piper Road Shin and have boosting, but you're not supposed to expect to punch up that much. It's just part of the Q trials, man. Run Piper Road Shin. Get somebody to throw you a boost on. I bet you'll take it down. And depending on how you stack your below decks, if you have below deck stuff to stack. All right, let's go over here. Bam. And grind away. I would like to get at least 1 Commerce Insignia box more. I've gotten 2, I think. It's about a 30% drop chance. So not an automatic, and didn't get it there either. But I think it's about, we mathed it out around 30%. I'm gonna go ahead and do more summonings out here. Well, I only got the 1. No, I'm sorry, I got 2 that time. 2. Not a great amount, nothing bad, but you want more. I mean, obviously, optimally, we'd all like to have it a guaranteed. 24-14 Niners. Cool. Yeah. NFL's shaping up to be a weird one again. Shaping up to be a weird one. Like, I didn't expect Seattle and Minnesota to be undefeated in 2-3 weeks, but barring something crazy, Miami's about to go 1-2 and Seattle 3-0. You never know. That's what makes the NFL so much fun. Any given Sunday. So much parity in the league. You have 1 Tier 9 Enterprise. It's a lot of gas you spent. Well, Eric is a level 39 trapped on a cap server. And not that I'm trying to be up in his business, but he's probably spent a little bit too. And he's sitting there bored, waiting. Just tapping his finger. Banging it against the table, waiting to level up. Thanks for the new mirror refinery. I don't summon the species and can just use it on board cubes. That's fair. I have not done that for my Voyager, but that is definitely doable if you want to go into your refinery for Mirror Universe and then do the mirror efficiency for Voyager. Now, I haven't been doing that, but that is definitely a doable thing. Actually, probably could start doing it on this, but Just more Syndicate XP's more. Yeah, right. This is actually not a bad little run. Especially for only 300. I have to think about that some, Bruno. Because I've honestly been ignoring it, but you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be. And 14 hours till we can do that pull. Let me check all my other pulls real quick. Good there. We're 20 minutes from here. Solid there. I hate that these have gotten all mixed up on me. All right, we can pull this. Are 42 ships grindable? If so, where? Yes. Capital systems, any level. What is it? What levels of hostiles? 42s? Short answer, yes. You can grind them out in the capital systems like Kronos, Sol, Romulus. Not easy. 47, 49. I think it's 47. 47 plus hostiles for the 42s. 49 plus hostiles for the rares. The rare drop rate is obviously very, very low. But yes, you absolutely can. Do it every day. You get more than enough to do even the full pull of the rare. My thing, David, is I'm just wanting to, for whenever I do get to upgrade those officers, have enough. But maybe that's me being too conservative with my choices. So I should honestly just suck it up and go do it now. I've been too conservative with my choices. I need ship parts more. Yeah. You know what? You made Rev do it. You feel better about yourself? You should. Everybody here should feel really good about themselves. All right. Back in. I'm going to do this. Hey, we got a Quark scanner upgrade. Interceptor health boost. Every bit adds up, y'all. And let's go do our pulls. So full pull here. I got one more full pull Day of Silence. We'll do our full pulls here. Thanks, David. For me, I like the drop rate higher. So the higher you go in terms of hostile level, the drop rate can improve a little bit. Just how much improvement? But you're all right. As you go up in hostile level, it can improve the drop rate. You have horrible RNG with hostile BPs? Same. Absolutely the same. I'm in the boat right there with you. All right, let's do this. Give me the epics. Yay! Really want this. Really want to get that maxed out. Honestly, I want both of them, but in particular, as I'm trying to get more efficient with scrapping. Oh, I got two I can upgrade? Let's see, where's my Katinga? Where's that epic? Where is it? There it is. 23. Then Grand Nagus I just took to the next set. And then this one I didn't think I'd ever get, but I ended up getting it somehow. All right. Now we got mining rate. Don't really care about this, but I'll upgrade it. And then McCoy's Hyper Spray Battleship whole health. Oh, yeah. That's good. That is good. What are you sitting at? Look at that thick, beautiful woman. Only tier 4, almost 250 million power. Be afraid. Be very afraid. And then the Tribune is now sitting at 150. There's the Monavine over 100, 133, 182. Ah, man, it's fun. Fun to get stronger. Fun to get stronger. For ship BPs, I think horrible is the only RNG there is. You know, that's a fair rebuttal. Fair comment, fair critique. But we can always hope for it to be better. Hope doesn't necessarily take us anywhere, but we can be hopeful. All right. Don't see a trader in here. So I just have to hit these. And who is this? DMFL War Parrot. Always loved his name. Jealous that he's got the skin. Jealous he's got the skin. Why did he put the Metreon Cascade on the Voyager? That's a different choice. I'm not sure I agree with that choice. But okay, he put the Metreon Cascade on there. Didn't know the rares were level 49 plus. I've been frustrated by not getting Newton BPs. Yeah, so like if you're just farming a D space at 47s, that would have been why. Keep in mind that the rare drop rate is stupid low. Like it's not high at all. Because I haven't pulled a single Newton shard from the faction store, and I have 104. I mean, and I've still got to count in the fact that I've been doing Armada chests as well. It's not like those were all from dropping hostiles. And I've obviously been G4/G5 now on this account for like 2 years. So very, very low drop rate. Very low. The uncommons are a little bit easier to get, but none of them are easy. I'm tempted to be that guy, but I'm going to behave today. My football team lost. I've got to work on my bad karma. Tempted. 50 freebooters dropped them too? No. Now, a level 53 and above freebooter can drop the Nova BP, but you need the faction hostiles to drop the faction ship BPs. Now, keep in mind, you can also do the away team method, like using the away team credits to get those there. Well, and that works. All right, do this. And looks like I'm done mining Raw Trellium D. I picked up a smooth 312,000. Now we head back home. So mine 312,000 Raw Trellium D. And then we go home. That's a win. There you go. Summon. And hit these. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting all my pulls. All right, y'all. I've got to put my daughter to bed. It's Sunday night. It's 6 o'clock my time. So a little bit shorter of a stream on Sundays. That's normal. If you want more time with me, come hang out with us on Twitch or the Discord. We're always live doing something, having a good time. Love and appreciate every single one of you. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with those Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next STFC video tomorrow. And exciting things coming. Tournaments restarting tomorrow.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.